The topic is on other people's stuff, and what do we do when there's other people's stuff in the house that doesn't belong to us? A lot of times it could be because people moved out of the house and they left their stuff there. It could be siblings. It could be your children. Most of the time what happens is they feel like they deserve to have their stuff there because it's their house. Most of the time though, it's not their house anymore. But if you grew up in a house, you feel like it's mine. You feel like this is my house. Well, when I moved out of my father's house, I still thought it was my house. Well, it's Daddy's house. It's my house. It's the house that you go in and you open the refrigerator. It's the house that you go in when you have to use the bathroom and you're passing by. It's the house you don't knock. But when Daddy isn't alive anymore, or when you got divorced or something, or your kids moved out and went to college, right? When that has happened, they still think it's their house. The siblings think it's their house. Your children think it's their house. And a lot of times, if you're divorced, your ex-husband thinks it's his house. When I was selling my house, I needed to get my stuff out of there. It turned out that my son actually bought the house, but I didn't know that was going to happen. And I had to get my stuff out of there. I wanted to show the house clean. I wanted to show the house without anything in it so that people would, want to buy it. And, my kids had a hard time with that because it's their house. Why can't I leave this stuff here? It's their house. I completely understand that. My brother owns my father's house, and I feel like that's my house. I can't even park in front of that house anymore. I park down the street when I go to visit because we have family on that block. So what do you do when you have a home and you've been teaching the people in your life? Wait a minute, there's a truck. I'm in Montclair, New Jersey, if you'd like to see it. It's a lovely place, it really is. I'm getting my hair cut in 15 minutes. So what do you do when you have people that you've taught that it's okay to leave their stuff there, that it doesn't matter, or that they just expect that it's okay, but it's your house now? Well, you do it in steps and stages because it's really not fair for them. You can't kind of like change the rules midstream and think everybody's going to be all right with that. So you say, I want you to come and get your stuff. If they have a problem with that, just tell them, I pay the taxes here. I need it to be gone. I want to do something for this room. You don't really have to make excuses, but if you can come up with any, it'll probably help a little bit. Then you give them a little time, but you give them a date. Can you come on Wednesday? Get an okay from them. Yes, I'll come on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to come and go. They ain't coming, all right? Now Wednesday came, Wednesday went. What do? Take the stuff and now you box it up and say, all right, I boxed up all the stuff. I have it for you. Next, when are you going to come? You tell them they're not going to come. I'm telling you, they're not going to come. Then you take it and you move it closer to the front door. And you say, all right, all of the stuff is in the porch, or all of the stuff is down by the front door, all of the stuff is by the side door, wherever you think, all right? All the stuff is there, so come and get it. Then if they don't come and get it, then you have no choice. You tell them garbage day is tomorrow. All of the stuff is going to be out front. I've done enough. I can't do any more. This is what's going to happen. Please take my word for it. The stuff is now ready to go. And then you put it out front. And when you put it out front, the best thing to do is to do it at night, the night before, because this way it won't get picked over. Nobody's going to really see it. And you could text them or call them and say, okay, your stuff is in the front. Garbage day's tomorrow. They're going to come. And this is the thing, if they don't come, they never really wanted that stuff anyway. Might they be mad at you? Yes, they might be really mad at you. But if there are people in your life that love you, they're always going to love you. You know, maybe stories will go for the rest of your life about how you did this to them. I don't know, whatever you got to do to reclaim a home that's yours, you just got to do it. And just, you know, bite the bullet, because you have taught them that this is okay. So it's kind of like, let's take full responsibility, all right? Full responsibility for our lives. This is like this because I have made it this way. And then the great thing is, though, from then on, because you kept your word, the next time you say something, they're going to believe you. And it's just going to get better and better from there. If you tell somebody that you have things for them, say you're getting rid of stuff. I wish I knew where I was, because I need to walk to where I'm going. Oh, I know where I am. All right. If you have things that belong to other people, I mean, that belong to you, but you want to give it to somebody, and they say, oh yes, I want all of those size 4 vintage clothing that you had for Lily Lou in 1954. Please, I want them. Then you tell them, okay, they're on the front porch, and I called the Vietnam vets, or I called Goodwill, and Goodwill is coming to get other things of mine on such and such a date. Now, if it turns out that they aren't coming to get anything, and it's kind of like a white lie, whatever, okay? Just tell them this so that they'll come. And then, because it's really not a lie, because if they don't come, it's going to Goodwill, it's going there. So use this way, and if you do have other things to, you know, you can kind of use it as an excuse to get rid of other things. Call Goodwill, call the Vietnam vets, and tell them that you are, you know, I have some things for you to pick up in the front. Put those things out there. And if that person that wanted those 1954 vintage Susie Q's size 4 clothing, I think I called her Lily Lou or something, if it turns out that they wanted them but they didn't come, then you put them out front and they're gone. If they do come, praise God, they got what they wanted, yay! But no holding on to stuff for somebody because you know it's good for them. Listen, give other people a chance to get what it is that God has deemed for them. A lot of times, man, God knows exactly who needs that particular thing. There's somebody across town praying for those clothes, and bada boom, there you go, holy mackerel, they're delivered to their front door somehow. That only happens when we're obedient, and when we don't feel like we have to control everything, okay? We don't have to control everything, just let it go. So that's the best way to deal with other people's things that are in your home, or things that you want to give to specific people that are supposed to pick them up, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go now. I think I'm ready for my haircut. It's here somewhere. I think I passed it, or it's down the block. All right? All right, love you guys, bye.